We are going to be working with z-scores here really soon. One thing that can be helpful is instead of always thinking about some scenario from out of the blue or looking for data, sometimes it's nice to just kind of make up data and then see how to transform it. So that's going to be the first thing that we do together. I am in cell B7 right now. And what I'm going to put in here, there's going to be an exercise for you that goes along with this. I'm going to punch in equals rand and then parentheses. By doing that, I will get a random number between 0 and 1, and it's a uniform distribution, which is to say that each number between 0 and 1 is just as likely as any other number. So I'm going to punch that in, and one thing you might notice is like there's tons of decimal places here, and then there's another thing that's kind of wild is take a look at this number like 0.3365. If I just punch in a new value over here, all of the values change. And it keeps happening again and again. So one thing that you'll want to do if you want to work with stable random numbers, and then we can round them and do different things like that, what you'll want to do is you want to highlight the values, and then I'm going to press Command-C if you're a Mac user or Control-C if you're a PC user. Then I'm going to press Command-Shift-V or Control-Shift-V, and that says paste the values. So now instead of having a random function up here in the formula bar, you can see there isn't a random function the way there was before. It's just a random number, 0.7645518, etc. And then from there, we're now dealing with stable values. See what happens if I just punch in a 2. None of the values changed. So that is a nice way to get off the ground with some random data. And we'll have an exercise for you on how to play around and shift that data. All right, Lens on Clay users, we want you to go in and become a transformer of data yourself. We want you to create your own random variable set following the instructions that I just gave you. And then we want you to, in this next column, add 100 to each data value. We want you to take that column and multiply all the values by pi. And then from there, we want you to divide all of those values by the square root of 2. And then finally, we want you to clean it up and round your data out to 2 decimal places. And what you're doing each column, well, except for this one, you're really just rounding and making it clean. But in each of these columns, you are taking a transformation. It's called a linear transformation of the prior data set. And this is important. Each column is its own data set with its own potentially unique properties, maybe its own mean, its own standard deviation. So we've given you little instructions to follow. And when you go through and follow these, you will have become a data transformer yourself.